In 2021, SeaWorld San Diego will be getting a dive coaster, and this will be called Emperor. And today I'm going to bring you through everything you need to know about the coaster, including the stats and also elements. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So if we start off with the stats, this will have a height of 153 feet, reach up to speeds of 60 miles an hour, and also have a track length of 2,411 feet. So as I said, this will actually be a dive coaster, and this will be a miniature dive coaster by B&M. And yes, this will actually be a very, very good coaster in their lineup, because America has actually got 5 B&M dive coasters to date. And yes, so they do have Griffin, Sheikra, Yukon Striker, and Valraven at Cedar Point. So yes, they have already got 4 dive coasters, and only 2 of them have the vest restraints. This one will be having the vest restraints. I'm going to get that out of the way for the start. This one will actually have the vest restraints, unfortunately, but I'm sure they don't take away from the ride too much. But yeah, if we sort of go through the history of SeaWorld San Diego, they do actually have a height limit, and this is a bit unfortunate because this park could be absolutely amazing. And when I went to San Diego, this did look actually amazing. I didn't actually get into this park, so unfortunately I didn't get to go to this park when I went to California. But yeah, so this the history of this basically, that in 2012, since 2012 they didn't even have a coaster, and in 2012 they got their Mack Rise launch coaster called Manta. And yeah, this was an amazing crowd pleaser because it was a sort of like a family Mack coaster, and that was quite weird for Mack Rides because they tend to build some thrill rides. So yeah, it was quite nice, and to be fair, a lot of people still say it's the perfect family coaster. But since then they built Journey to Atlantis, and then in 2018 they started to build right to the height limit with Electric Eel, and that's a Premier Ride Skyrocket 2, and that also looks really, really good. 2019 they got Tidal Twister, which is by Skyline Attractions. Not many people say it's very good, but there you go. In 2020 they were meant to have Emperor, but yeah, that did actually get pushed back to 2021. So yeah, the lineup is it's actually quite a good lineup still, because all them rides are still open, and yeah, so the lineup's pretty good. But this will actually be right to the height limit, I think. I don't think they can build much taller than this, but as I said, I'm really happy they built right to the height limit, because this will give this park a good bit of variety. And obviously they've never had a B&M before, so it'll be quite good to have B&M Mack rides, Premier rides, and stuff like that. So this part will actually have a really good lineup. But if we do go through the location, because this is actually quite weird, the location, because we don't officially know where this will be located. Most of us think this will actually be located near Journey to Atlantis, in that car park section right next to it. And that will actually be quite a good location, because the SeaWorld San Diego are quite limited when they want to build a new coaster, especially with their last 2 coasters, Electric Eel and also Tidal Twister. They've had to try and cram it into the park. So yes, this will actually be in the car park though, so it's quite a good decision. Fingers crossed they don't actually make it like Scream at Magic Mountain, where they just plonk the coaster on the car park. But I hope they do have some nice landscaping. And to be honest, I don't think they will do that, because apparently they'll have some penguin enclosures, also emperors, stuff like that. And I know penguins are emperors, but yeah, that's basically because it goes with the theme. So yeah, that will be sort of around that area. And yeah, so this will be the main attraction in this area. And it will sort of be like a new area, so it'll be quite cool actually. But yeah, this will be right next to Journey to Atlantis, and that's a Mack water ride, and that's actually pretty good as well. So yeah, this will actually be a very, very nice coaster. If we now go for the elements, this will have an element, a barrel roll, and a corkscrew. So there's actually 3 inversions on this coaster, and they're all actually elements. But if I now go through one positive about this coaster, this is actually that this coaster will be going right to the height limit. I'm really happy they're doing this, because it means that there'll be a nice variety of coasters here. Because when I went to San Diego, I did actually see this park, and I did actually see it being there. And the only ride I actually saw, because it was quite a high one, the only ride I actually saw was Electric Eel. That obviously was the premierized Skyrocket 2. But yeah, obviously this coaster will probably be the standout attraction at this park. I can imagine this will be I can imagine this will be up there with Electric Eel. And yes, these will be the 2 standout attractions. They're both really pretty good, to be honest. And they'll have a family coaster. Well, they have 2 family coasters really. But yeah, so that'll be a perfect lineup for this park. But yeah, I'm really, really happy they're getting this. And if I did actually have to say one negative about it, there's not many negatives. The only negative is if they actually did make it like Scream at Magic Mountain on the car park, and they just left it there. Obviously not having anything under it, or like nice grass, or anything like that with enclosures. And if they do decide to take them away, that will obviously be the negative. But apart from that, there's not really much negatives about this coaster. But that wraps up this video here on UnTPC, and I've now completed all of the announcement videos for the 2021 SeaWorld Entertainment videos. So yeah, that wraps up this video here on UnTPC, and goodbye.